Welcome students to the video of biomolecules in standard 12th subject chemistry. We have our 14th lesson, that is biomolecules. We know students, biomolecules are very important for our day-to-day life. They are directly related to living organisms. Students, let us see introduction for the video. Bodies of living organisms contains large number of different molecules which constitute their structure. They are also part of various physiological processes taking place in them. Students, primary structural materials of organisms are proteins and cellulose. By photosynthesis process, plants produce carbohydrates. Plants utilize the minerals absorbed by their roots to produce proteins. Students, another example, lipids are main ingredients of vegetable oil and milk fats. Nucleic acids constitute the genetic material of organisms. So, carbohydrates, proteins, lipids, nucleic acids, vitamins, hormones, these all nutrients or these all compounds, chemicals are very essential for living organisms. In this particular video, we are going to study introduction and classification of carbohydrates. Students, what are carbohydrates? So, let us see the introduction and definition of carbohydrates. From a simple chemical reactions of many carbohydrates, it is understood, students, definition of carbohydrate. Carbohydrates are polyhydroxyaldehydes or polyhydroxyketones or compounds which give rise to such units on hydrolysis. Means students, either directly aldehydes or ketones, they are polyhydroxyaldehydes or polyhydroxyketones, or on hydrolysis of carbohydrates we get polyhydroxyaldehydes or polyhydroxyketones. Some carbohydrates, students, some carbohydrates like glucose, fructose are sweet in taste. They are called as sugars. Sugars like glucose and fructose carbohydrates, they are sweet in taste and therefore they are called as sugars. The most commonly used sugar is sucrose, which is obtained from sugarcane or sugar beet. The sugar present in milk is called lactose. Students, a sugar present in milk is called as lactose. There is a Greek word for sugar called as saccharon. Greek word for sugar, there is a saccharon. Hence, carbohydrates are also called as saccharides. Okay, so origin of the term carbohydrate lies in the finding that molecular formula of many of them can be expressed as hydrates of carbon. Hydrates of carbon. For example, glucose C6H12O6, sucrose C12H22O11, starch C6H10O5N. These all carbohydrates can be written in the form of hydrates of carbon. Students, now we will go to classification of carbohydrates. If you will see on screen, carbohydrates are classified into three broad groups in accordance with their behavior on hydrolysis. These are monosaccharides, oligosaccharides, and polysaccharides. Monosaccharides examples are glucose, fructose, galactose. Oligosaccharides examples are sucrose, lactose, maltose, raffinose. Polysaccharides examples are starch, glycogen, cellulose, fibers, etc. Students, we have seen three main types in which carbohydrates can be classified. We have seen examples also, but on the basis, that is hydrolysis, how carbohydrates are classified, what are definitions of monosaccharides, oligosaccharides, and polysaccharides. Let us see. Students, monosaccharides. Monosaccharides, they do not hydrolyze into smaller units. Example, we have seen glucose. Then, students, oligosaccharides, they yield 2 to 10 monosaccharides units on hydrolysis. Again, oligosaccharides, when they get hydrolyzed, they give 2 to 10 monosaccharide units. Third type, polysaccharides, they yield large number of monosaccharide units, means more than 10. When hydrolysis of polysaccharide is carried out, we get more than 10 monosaccharide units. Students, examples we know: starch, glycogen, cellulose for polysaccharides. We have seen oligosaccharides yields 2 to 10 monosaccharide units on hydrolysis. So they further classified as disaccharides, trisaccharides, tetrasaccharides based on units they give on hydrolysis. For example, disaccharides, they yield 2 monosaccharide units on hydrolysis. Examples are sucrose. On hydrolysis of sucrose, we get 1 glucose unit and 1 fructose unit. Maltose, another example of disaccharides. On hydrolysis of maltose, we get 2 glucose units. Lactose, on hydrolysis of lactose, we get 1 glucose unit and 1 galactose unit. Total 2 monosaccharides. Trisaccharides, definition, they yield 3 monosaccharide units on hydrolysis. They yield 3 monosaccharide units on hydrolysis. Example, we have raffinose. On hydrolysis of raffinose, we get 1 unit each of glucose, fructose, and galactose. Next example is tetrasaccharides. Students, name suggests that on hydrolysis of tetrasaccharides, we will get 4 monosaccharide units. 4 monosaccharide units on their hydrolysis. Example, we have, students, staichose. Example is staichose. Okay, on hydrolysis, it gives 1 unit of glucose, 1 unit of fructose, and 2 units of galactose. Students, more detailed information we have about 20 different monosaccharides are present or have found in carbohydrates. Disaccharides are the most common oligosaccharides. The 2 monosaccharides units in disaccharides may be same or different. Polysaccharides starch is common ingredient of food grain. Cellulose is the example of polysaccharide. Cellulose is constituent of cell wall of plant cells. Animal stores in their body in the form of glycogen. Means students, we have seen all these monosaccharides, disaccharides, trisaccharides, that is oligosaccharides and polysaccharides. They are directly related to our day-to-day life. Students, next part for the carbohydrates, that is nomenclature, methods of preparation and theory about glucose, that we will see in our next video. Students, thank you for watching this video. Thank you very much.